Hey, what's up guys, S3EP33 here. The Nedbank Cup draw was done. I got bigger things on the agenda. Let's go.
That's how it goes?
They keep asking about the best when they know it's me.
Okay.
Asking about the rest when they know it's me.
Straight in, I guess.
You know it's me.
The Nedbank quarterfinal draw was done last night. We saw the teams. We saw who drew who. But I want to talk about that. I really don't. I've got bigger things on the agenda. Moegoe Lorch, right? He was mesmerizing this weekend, guys. And the one thing I love about seeing him and watching him is that he's not even back to his best. I just looked at him and I thought, I'm falling in love. This is the player that I once used to know at Orlando Pirates, you know? And the fact that he's playing with better players now, he's playing with an assistant, because at Orlando Pirates it always seemed like, yeah, but wait, what's Lorch going to do? It always seemed like he was sort of the player to take Orlando Pirates forward. But this time around, he seems to be fitting into a system. And the one thing I kept thinking about this past weekend was Thembazwane, right? I mean, we're all speaking about who's going to be his replacement, who's going to be the next in line. And I'm thinking, we have our guy. He's ready. He's ready made. That's what I'm talking about. Like, he's already there. Put him in the microwave and it's all good to go. We don't have to wait for Mswangane to do something here, because we're not sure with Tito. We're not sure. Definitely he is a Bafana player. I'm not disregarding that. But Lorch has already donned the jersey. Lorch has already shown his class. And I ask myself, what is Thembazwane's strength? Is to be able to make a team play. And you know what Lorch can do? He makes teams play. He made Orlando Pirates play for a long time. He was not substituted this past weekend by Rulani. He's scoring goals too. And the AFCON's not far away. It's not far away, guys. It's not far away. And considering what Hugo Broos is doing, now we can agree that age is just a number. It's just a number. Anyone can play. 34 years old, 30 years old, 29. He's only 30. He's in his prime. And I have to tell you, man, remember this when I say this. Remember this show. Remember this date. We will see Moegoe Lorch again in a Bafana jersey. Relebohile Mofokeng, Chandra Campbell, Luke Bartman. Do we overhype these youngsters? I asked the journalist Joshua Hendricks that question.
Hey, what's up, guys? So it's another guest on Playing the Field with Shakes. This journalist creates a lot of stories, some real stories, follows football as well, and he is a freelance journalist. Joshua Hendricks, how are you doing, sir?
I'm great, my friend. Thanks for having me on your show. Thanks for the invite.
No, man, it's always a pleasure to have you on my show. I mean, to have people of your nature, which is really great. People who also follow South African football. It's something that we really need to do. One of the things that stood out for me over the weekend was definitely the brace from Lorch. You know, he scored a brace. He seems like he's settling in at Mamelodi Sundowns. What have you made of his move since Orlando Pirates and going to Sundowns?
Obviously, his move caused a lot of chaos, a lot of ructions in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But I think that this is something that he should have done a long time ago, even if it was him going overseas. But him going to Sundowns is going to elevate his game so much. What we're seeing now is still the tip of what he can do. Hopefully he can get there soon. But I think that, yeah, we're still going to see the best of Lorch, because he's going to be more productive at Sundowns. Where at Pirates, he was always like, everyone's relying on him, you understand? So if Lorch is not there, it's like, what are we going to do? But yeah, I think that being at Sundowns, we're elevating, especially under the coach Rolani Moegoe. You can see that Moegoe also wants more from him, and he speaks him more in the box, you know, trying to get his numbers up. So I think that, yeah, that's a really good move for him, and it's a really good change for him.
I mean, he came in from January, and I won't lie, I mean, you're right. There is more to expect from him, without a shadow of a doubt. And also the fact that maybe at Orlando Pirates there was an over-reliance on Lorch to sort of do something. But now he fits into a system. He plays with other very good players, you would have to say. Now, the question that I have in my mind, I've been thinking about this ever since that game ended over the weekend. Is Bafana too far for Lorch? Is it too far to have that conversation? Because I'm just thinking, you know, Thembazwane is 34 or 35. He might need to head out, and Lorch is only 30. You know, we might just have the guy who's sort of able to make a team play if we have him in the side. Do you think it's too far for him to reach for Bafana Bafana?
Look, in terms of talent, I won't say it's too far, but it's about convincing Hugo Broos now, because we know that Hugo Broos has set plays that he's always going to choose.
Yeah.
So it's about him trying to get into the reckoning, try to get basically in his eye line. So he's going to have to make a lot of noise at Sundowns before. Obviously, the friendly team has been picked already, so we won't be able to feature there.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to make a lot of noise in order to be included. Because I know that Hugo Broos, you won't just overlook him if he sees there's someone that he can use that will score goals from midfield, that can create, you know. I mean, Lorch has played for the national team before, so I'm sure that he won't be like a stranger at that stage. We know what he did against Egypt in the African Cup of Nations. So yeah, I don't think it will be a problem. But it's more about, obviously he hasn't been in the team as long as Hugo Broos has been there, not that much. I think I'm not sure if he was even picked. But that's the main thing. He needs to get into his eye line, get into his ideas, into his mind. Now you understand.
No, I totally understand where you coming from as well. And the fact that he's brought in like a Monare that's been in the squad, he's brought in like older players. So age is still, you would say, on his side. And like you said, if he produces, then why not? Then my last question regarding this Lorch thing is, if Joshua Hendricks is the Bafana Bafana coach after these friendlies, do you then put him in your eyesight when you're like, you have to watch this guy?
I would definitely pick Lorch. I would pick him just based off his talent. I know that he hasn't played a hell of a lot of games, also coming from an injury while he was at Pirates and stuff like that. But it will depend on how consistent he can be in terms of games, in terms of his performances. Then I will obviously pick him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, as I speak to Joshua, guys, the draw hasn't happened yet for the Nedbank Cup, but we do know the 8 sides that are there. We've got the Super Sport, we've got the, the Orlando Pirates, we've got the Mamelodi Sundowns, you know, we've got these teams that are there. Chippa United is also one of the teams in the mix. Joshua, tell me something, man. Who is your favorite to win this Nedbank Cup as it stands?
Look, for me, it's a bit of a difficult one because, like, my heart says Stellenbosch, but I'm also thinking Orlando Pirates, recent times has been really good. In cup competitions, you know, they seem to know what to do on the day. They know how to get a win. Maybe they're not playing the best football all the time, but then they find a way of winning. They've got winners in their team, with Mabasa coming back. I mean, he makes their team more, I'll say, more complete in terms of being able to drop off the back four, being able to hold up the ball, being in the box, you know, having that presence. He has a quality that a lot of our strikers don't have in the country. So he brings something totally different to Pirates. And obviously, Bafokeng is a maverick. he's unpredictable. You don't know what you're going to get from him. And he's obviously got age on his side. So he's still, when he makes a mistake, he doesn't really care. He just continue playing or whatever, you know. Yeah. Let's get the game on. So for me, Stellenbosch has got the squad as well. And also recently they've tasted the cup success. So they will be there. So between the two, Stellenbosch and Pirates, obviously, you also have to look at Sundowns, but Sundowns have got a hectic schedule, so I think that will be a bit of a stumbling block for them. So yeah, so I between the two, I'll go Pirates or Stellenbosch. I can't give you a definitive one.
Now, I wanted to ask you this question. I mean, Gavin and I spoke over the weekend with regards to he's the only one who's going to tell Chandra Campbell the truth. His agent won't tell him the truth. The fans won't tell him the truth. Nobody will tell this guy the truth except for me. Now, I think he was speaking from a thing of perhaps maybe overhyping, perhaps the fact that these players are getting more attention now. And you've seen the likes of Lohile Mofokeng, who's also come into the fray. You've seen a player from Cape Town Spurs as well, who's coming to the fray. Bartman as well is also coming into the fray. And I got this question that I have to ask. Do we as South Africans overhype when we see these youngsters come in and they start to score goals or they have very good performances and don't necessarily have a body of work of over 5 years maybe?
Yeah, it's a difficult question to answer because as a journalist or a member of the media, we we tend to latch onto these things because it's like we're looking for heroes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have those guys anymore that we can talk about in terms of Benny McCarthy, Dr. Kumalo, and them. Bowfish, we don't really have those guys. So when we see a 18-year-old, 17-year-old doing really well, we really want to push that narrative because we need those type of players. And then also, I understand what Gavin is saying, that as the media, we're always trying to push that narrative of this is going to be the next star, this is the one to look for. But it's difficult because, I mean, it's part of our work. What are we going to write about? We're going to say, no, this guy is not good enough. He still needs another 5 more years before we can say that he's good enough. I mean, that's not how it works. I mean, every young person want to be inspired by your article, a motivation. If you look at Luke Barman, the boy has such a lot of things happening in his livelihood. But I mean, look how he's performing on the stage. I mean, if you have to know what the kind of thing that boy goes through, and look at the way he plays. I mean, what can I write about? I can't say that we have to wait another 5 years for him so that I can say he's a good player. I mean, Luke Barman, in my opinion, is a generational talent. We're still going to see the best of him. I'm telling you. And if you look at Campbell, even Campbell, for me, he must stay at SuperSport tonight. He shouldn't leave. He shouldn't leave right now unless he's going to move to Europe, where we know that he's going to develop further. You understand?
Yeah.
But not like a Sundowns or even a Kaizer Chiefs. Who Kaizer Chiefs is not ready for Campbell yet. I wouldn't recommend it. You understand? So for me, it's really hard because as a member of the media, we have to inspire the next generation. We have to put the current story out there. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to be positive. We're not always trying to be negative about our football. You understand? So it's a difficult thing to say. And I understand where Kevin is coming from. I understand where he's coming from.
No, I mean, totally so. And I mean, you're right. I think we are looking for heroes because we just look around and we think like Timbers One is over 30. Lorch has just hit 30. Sort of Pistol was 30 plus. So there's like those heroes of ours that we're looking at this moment. They are obviously aging and we're looking for the new breed that's coming up. But Bafana is the focus at this moment. In your mind, these friendlies against Andorra and Algeria, what are you expecting from it? Is it just a performance type thing for you? Looking at new players? What are you expecting from these games when you watch them?
Look, I'm expecting the team to grow. I'm expecting the coach to continue to develop his tactical plan for the team. Obviously, he's going to play against Andorra and I think Algeria. So with Andorra, I feel like that's where he can go out and work on his attacking side of the game, because Andorra is not, I'm not saying they're a bad team, but Andorra, they're not a professional country, you know. A lot of their players are still working. I was just speaking to another guy just now, also a world leader in the recruiting players. He said that Andorra has a postman playing for them as well.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's a country that you're gonna go and you're gonna try things. You understand?
Yeah.
And I think the players that the new players, especially that they picked, they have to show the coach that they want to be in the reckoning. They want to be in the AFCON squad. I think the Algeria game will be more of a test to see where we are in terms of how we are tactically, what we do off the ball, what we do on the ball. Can we be better on the ball? Because there's lots of times where we never had the ball, but we look better without the ball. You understand? So when we had it, we could play through teams. So when we got to the front, it looked like we ran out of ideas. You understand?
Yeah.
So the coach maybe is going to look at that and see what can he do different, and how which ways, what kind of patterns can we use that will suit the players. You understand? So I think that's the kind of thing I want to see with the friends of Hannah.
No, not a problem, Josh. This is the last question that I have. I ask all my guests this question, and there is no wrong answer, so you can answer it however way you feel comfortable. Where is South African football for you right now?
That's always the question that I would go both ways in terms of, yes, there's a lot of progress. As witnessed at the AFCON. But it's also a huge gap in terms of professionalism, in terms of having the right structures. If we look at the clubs, the PSL clubs, using Sundowns as an example, they have things in place that makes their club great. And it's not related to money. It's just about putting the right people in the right positions, modernizing your club, being current with the times, But in terms of Bafana and SA football, there is greater strides being made because of development structures having maybe an under 15 team. We're seeing that coming through now, and the 17 team. So going forward, we're going to have a better type of player that's more comfortable on a national level, I'll say. And I don't think we'll see the fruits of our labor right now, because it's only now that we're putting these type of things in place. I think that going forward, we maybe in 3 or 4 years, we'll see maybe more teams at the Olympics, more at the FIFA World Cup under 17, things like that. We want to see more of that, you understand? Then we will be able to say that, okay, we are making progress. In terms of our clubs, I think that we can do so much better in terms of education of our youth academies. It's only certain youth academies that we can speak of. We need more school of excellence. We need more of that type of thing. And it's so sad that an institution like that is going to close down. You understand,
bro? Yeah, it hurts, man. It hurts to even hear that, to even speak about that. But,
but like I was saying, I'm caught in between being happy for what happened at the AFCON, but also saying that, you know what, guys, we have the infrastructure to be even better. We have the talent to be even better. We know it. We have the evidence. 96, we have that evidence. We have AFCON now. You understand? So we have the evidence to say that we have talent in this country. It's just about putting the right things in place, and for us to be more professional, and for us to move in one direction. You understand?
Yeah, I hear you, Josh. I hear you. And man, look, the way you signed it off really well. And I'm really hoping the fraternity listens to this as well. Josh, thanks for coming on to the show. I really do appreciate it. And keep on being a student of the game, because when I'm listening to you speak, I'm just like, it's gems after gems after gems. I just want to say thank you, man.
Thank you for the applause, man. I'm really honored to be on the show. Thanks for thinking of me. There's a million other journalists you could have called.
Yeah, no, 100%. We only want to speak to the best, really.
Thanks, Shakes, man. All the best with your show as well. I always watch your show. Real inspiration. I'm also trying to start my own podcast, hopefully.
Oh, man, look, all the best. The key thing to all of this, if I could give you any advice, just start. It don't matter what it looks like now, but start and improve bit by bit.
Yeah, thanks, Shakes. We'll speak soon. Hopefully I'll see you soon.
No worries, man. Keep well.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Who was up to par and who became our star? But also, who fell short in this game we all love? Let's find out on Moegoe of the Week.
We spoke about Lorch earlier in the show, right? Like, I can't now go speak about him at the start of the show and then now I'm giving him the star of the week, right? Like, can't be doing that. There was another player that scored a brace, Shandri Campbell for SuperSport United. And I have to tell you, man, I'm excited. I'm excited because we've never seen this in the PSL. And I know these coaches go on about we got to give them time and let's not give them any pressure. It's not necessarily pressure, coaches. It's just the fact that we're excited because we've never seen teams give teenagers opportunities in the PSL. Now for the Moegoe of the week. Record-breaking stuff. Record-breaking stuff. I tell you, man, this team breaks records. Not only on the pitch, but even on playing the field with Shakes. 3 weeks in a row, Kaizer Chiefs. Shakes, you don't like Chiefs, don't you? I'm sure you're going to say that, right? This team did not even kick a ball over the weekend, but they're the Moegoes of the week. And I'll tell you why. Remember that club they called Milford FC? Nah? That club that knocked out Kaizer Chiefs. They hosted Stellenbosch this past weekend, and they got six of the best. Kaizer Chiefs were at home against the very same team, and they could not even score. You should be ashamed. Moegoe of the week again.
It's time for Bet of the Week. Get ready to win big by placing the right bets on the right games.
Club football out the way. Now we move into international break. And there's a lot of international friendlies, some really good friendlies as well. I've gone with Portugal versus Sweden. Portugal straight win. Venezuela against Italy, a draw, or Italy and over 1.5. Netherlands going up against Scotland. I've gone with Netherlands or draw and over 1.5. Spain against Colombia. Spain straight win. And England against Brazil. We've got over 1.5 goals. The odds are 5.61. I just did not want to be too forward this week. I just want to make sure I win. I just want to get my money and be out of here. That's all I want. But if you want to win with me, click on the link below.
Remember to practice responsible betting at betway.co.za.
Are we already at the end? Just want to take this time to say thank you for joining me. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified for future episodes.